So if you've just joined us from the qualifying stream on the Twitch channel, we are now about to start the race for Canada round 5. We had some technical issues. We are now doing a restart, which I'm actually glad of because that was really difficult to follow. Great qualifying session there in the wet. It turned out to started to dry the track out. Everyone changed onto the slick tyres and the table was flipped on its head. So just waiting for all the racers to join the grid. So while waiting for the races, just to recap of the circuit, we've got 6 left turns, 8 right turns. It's a fast, low down circuit. Very tricky corners. It's some hard braking zones. So here we are with the lights again, and we are starting with the formation lap. So running through from qualifying session, if you didn't catch the qualifying stream, which is the first part of tonight's broadcast, we've got Good Stuff, Tony White, Humberstone in P3, White Fountain in P4, with Nick and GP1 Alex in 5 and 6, Victor Steen in 7 and 8, Jamie and Aaron J. Spence in 9 and 10, Colin J and Jamie T in 11 and 12, Never Miss and Tynus in 13 and 14, Nizmax and Coop in 15 and 16, and we've got Sir Spud and Rudy bringing up the rear. So, looking at what the guys did from qualifying, the top 3 runners are on the Hypersoft, with White Fountain splitting Nick. White Fountain's on the Ultrasoft, Nick on the Hypersoft. Then again, we've got GP Alex, Victor and Steen all on the Ultrasoft. Jamie sits with the Hypersoft, Aaron J. Spence on Ultrasoft, Colin J on the Supersoft. And then we've got Jamie, Never Miss and Tynus and Nizmax all on the Ultrasoft. And coming up the rear spot, all on Supersoft, is Coop, Sir Spud and Rudy. So we're going to see a lot of changing places in this race. We are going to see penalties, especially on this section here, turns 13 and 14. We always see wall scraping, and we see penalties. So it's going to be interesting to see how the tyre allocation or the tyre tactics come into play here. The 3 front runners are going to build a bit of a lead, I imagine. However, the tyre deck of those Hypersofts will seriously dwindle quickly. So we're just waiting for the last races to form on the grid. And here come the lights. We have 5 lights. It's lights out. So Good Stuff got a brilliant start there. Tony White also. We've got Humberstone just trying to sneak in the inside of White Fountain. Oh, we've got the Friday Nail going to the back of Humberstone there. So Good Stuff is already trying to bring out a lead, and we've not even got into the 3rd and 4th corners. So far so good. We have not got any contact by the looks of it. Tony White is dropping back now from Good Stuff. So we've got Tony White, Humberstone, White Fountain and Nick all still chasing at the front, and we're slowly followed by GP, Alex and Victor. So it's interesting to see that MJ Coop is almost 5 seconds back from the P1 sitter Good Stuff. So here we're coming back onto the second DRS zone. Obviously DRS is not activated yet. That will come at the end of lap 3. So let's just see what we've got for position changes so far. So MJ Coop is up 6 positions. Go on Coop. Everyone else at the front, all the way back from P1 to P9, is sitting in the same position they started. I have not seen that at all this season. So Good Stuff sets the provisional fast lap of the race with a 1:16.3. With heavy fuel loads, that is still impressive. So we now have a position change at the top. Nick J has now got in front of White Fountain. Let's see if White Fountain can come back at him. GP1 Alex, or Victor has got in front of GP1 Alex. Steen is now, oh, looks like some movement here. We've got Steen on MJ Coupe. MJ Coupe's still up 8 places. Oh, we've got some serious action going on here, guys. We've got a massive train. It looks like we had Steen going past Nick there. And Nick's getting some serious pressure from Coupe. Let's just see if we can catch that. He goes to the inside. Will he press it out wide? Brilliant move there from Coupe. Absolute fantastic stuff. So Nick seems to be struggling there. MJ Coupe is now coming onto the back of Steen. Oh, he goes to the right to get the inside line. Brilliant racing there from Coupe. He is on a charge. Good stuff goes even quicker with 1 minute 12. Tony Wise goes for the fastest lap. DRS is enabled. So brilliant stuff there. So MJ Coupe up 9 places. Brilliant start from him, and he's all over the back of Steen. So MJ Coupe is on super soft, but Jamie coming up to the back of him is on hypersoft. Can he put some pressure on Coupe? He will not want to receive any pressure from him. He wants to keep on at Steen. Steen's on ultra softs, so that might be why Coupe's struggling to push on the back of him. Brilliant shot of the front wing of Coupe's car there. So looking down the times, it looks like Jamie's seriously coming off the back of Coupe. He is on the softer rubber though, they've got more grip. Looks like Aaron J was just having a cheeky look there. So we've got Tony Y who's nipping at the heels of Good Stuff. He's really caught up to Good Stuff. Oh, there's brilliant stuff there. Brilliant driving from Tony Y to get up onto the back of Good Stuff. So they are on both same set of tyres. They've done the same amount of laps. But Tony seems to have found his form. He's putting pressure on Good Stuff. Or has Good Stuff had a problem? That's why he's caught up. Fantastic racing here. Looking down the grid, we looks like we've got Nizmax who is pulling up to the back of Never Miss. So ring down the order just to fill you guys in. We've got Good Stuff followed by Tony Y in P2, Humberstone in 3, White Fountain in 4, Victor in 5, MJ Coupe in 6. Brilliant race from MJ Coupe so far. Let's hope he keeps that form. Steen 13 in 7, Jamie 6 in 8, Aaron J Spence in 9 and Jamie T in 10. Never Miss in 11, Nizmax in 12, Tynus in 13, Sir Spud in 14, Colin J in 15 and then Nick, Alex and Rudy bringing up the rear. So 4 laps now done on, or 4 laps started on these Hypersoft tyres. We're probably going to see maybe 5, 6 laps on those Hypersoft, maybe even 7. So Victor's gone fastest over 1 minute 12.4. Tony's dropping back now. Let's see what Steen can do. He looks like he's the closest. So we've got Aaron J Spence and Steen riding together. Trying to put pressure on Jamie. He's getting more than a second back from Coupe. So we probably are going to see Coupe extend that because Jamie will be out of DRS range. So Steen and Aaron J Spence, they're probably the ones to watch at the moment. Brilliant stuff from the guys here. So MJ Coupe now up 10 places. No change at the front, even though we have had a few changes. It's gone back to how it started. Victor's up 2 places, James up 2 places, no change to Steen. GP1X is down 11 places, as is Nick, so they must have had a problem there. It looks like we've lost Rudy. Oh no, he's in the pits, my apologies. But Aaron J all over the back of Steen. It looks like the front runners are settling into a 1 second gap between each rider, respectively. Oh, Aaron J, let's ride on board with Aaron J while he puts pressure on Steen. Brilliant shot from the helicopter there, fantastic stuff. Looks like Aaron James taking the tighter line. Are we going to? Is he going to put a move on him soon? He's sure he's going to have to come up on the back, and we've got 2 DRS zones coming up shortly. He is within that 1 second. So unfortunately we have got Nick, it looks like he's lost connection to the session, so I don't think we're going to see Nick rejoin unless he can get connection again. So let's just run on board with Aaron J. Spence. He's got the DRS, so he's going to pull up onto the back of Steen. He needs to keep it tight for turns 13 and 14 to get the benefit of the last DRS zone coming down the home finish straight. Oh, we've got an off. We've got White Fountain going off there. So can Aaron J. can he utilise this? Because he's going to stay on that left side and push him out. So Tyner's got a penalty there. So Aaron J. Spence is now up into P5. He's got the move done, taking advantage of that situation with White Fountain. Steen's still on the back of him though. Let's just keep an eye on this. We're getting some penalties now. Multiple ones to Sir Spud, 3-second time penalty. Steen getting all kinds of grass in his airbox there. So looking back, we've got Colin J, who might be putting some pressure on the back of Tony shortly, but we're going to stick with Nisbak, Steen and Aaron J. Spence, who seem to be riding quite close together. Steen's coming back at Aaron J. Spence here. Just keeping it tight. So Humberstone has pitted, as has Tony Y. And GT1 Alex and Nick. I wonder if we've got Nick back. So, look, Victor's gone down. What's happening with Victor? Let's have a look. Oh, Good Stuff gone down. Is he in the pits? Yes, Good Stuff come in for some fresh rubber. So, 6 laps on those Hypersofts. No, he's not in the pits. My apologies. So, Victor has got in front of Good Stuff on track. So, Victor is on those Ultrasofts, and Good Stuff must be suffering with the Hypersoft. So your your P1 sticker so far, yeah, Good Stuff's losing the position to MJ Cooper here. He must be suffering with those Hypersofts. So lap 7, sure, he's going to come and get more penalties there. I didn't see who that was, but I think we're going to see Good Stuff come into the pit shortly. So who's next behind Good Stuff? We've got Jamie and Aaron J. Spence. So Jamie is probably going to put a move down on Good Stuff coming down the next straight. He's also on the Hypersoft though. As Good Stuff put too much pressure on those tyres, is he suffering? So Jamie will get DRS here. Yeah, he does. He opens it up. That'll get him closer to the back of Good Stuff. Surely Good Stuff's going to come off and pit now. No, he doesn't. He stays out for another lap. That's going to be interesting. So we've got Victor, MJ Cook, Good Stuff and Jamie all sitting at the front now. We've got Aaron J. Spence still looking at the heels of Nismax. Fantastic racing from the guys here. So we've got some movement here. We have got Good Stuff putting pressure on Jamie. Jamie's got past Good Stuff. He's sitting within 3/10. We've also got Nismax joining the party. So Jamie and Good Stuff still putting some good times in on these Hypersoft tyres. Oh, Good Stuff getting a bit twitchy there. Oh, Good Stuff going down on the left, but yeah, we've got... Looks like people going to the pit in the background. It was hard to tell. So we have got no... Oh, great move there from... Was it Steen we saw there? Oh, Steen got a penalty from cutting the track there. It's getting a bit crazy here. We've got yellow. We've got waved yellows. It's getting very busy now. So we've got Steen all over the back of Aaron J. Spence. We've also got Never Miss in front of the back of Good Stuff. So never good stuff's dropping down the order. If you just try to extend those hypersoft tyres out as long as possible so he can try and make the harder compounds work for him later on. White Fountain's gone faster to the 1 minute 11.7. Never miss all over the back of good stuff. Let's ride a ball in there. Goes to the right. Keeps it tight. He's going to come back in on the left. Oh, good stuff covers him. Oh, then we've got Jamie T who's getting in the mix. Jamie T's getting past good stuff on the next corner, surely. His nose in front. Oh, that was close there from Tynus. That was close there. Tynus got a penalty for that. Surely that was just a lock-up and not intentional. But Jamie T is past good stuff. Never misses drop back down behind good stuff. Oh, it's a three-way. Oh, we've let him have a four-way here. So good stuff has come. I believe good stuff has come off into the pit. About time for him. So all the races closing back up now as the tyre deg plays into the tactics. We'll try to keep the views on where the action is, guys. We'll probably never miss anything else, but it looks like this pack are the tightest ones on field at the minute. MJ Cooper is now leading the race with the super soft tyres. He's done 10 laps on those. He's got a few more laps on those to go. I would say a good 7 or 8 laps more before he needs to pit. He has been on heavy fuel loads, so that may reduce the amount of laps he can do, but we will soon see. The ultra soft runners, so we've got Victor, Nizmax, Aaron J. Sven, Steam 13, Jamie T, Never Miss, and Tony White, all on those ultra softs, but Tony White is on fresh tyres, so Tony White will be putting pressure on these front runners. Oh, we got a late move there from the McLaren on the inside there. Brilliant stuff there from Humberstone, but didn't quite make it work. Let's just go back to Humberstone to see that, because he's putting some serious pressure on Sir Spud. Sir Spud's coming back at him on the left-hand side. Humberstone will obviously keep the right. Brilliant racing here. Gives it that look down the inside, besides better of it. Oh, Humberstone, 3-second time penalty, multiple warnings. Unlucky there from Humberstone, because that was some brilliant racing. We've got Never Miss. Oh, we've got a three-way battle here. We've got Jamie T, Tony White and Never Miss all battling. Humberstone on the back of Never Miss now. We've got the team players all battling for position. Fantastic stuff here. So we've got Sir Spud, 3-second time penalty for multiple warnings. So it looks like good stuff has come out in P15 on a fresh set of super soft tyres. Let's just track him as he comes up through the ranks. It would be, I'd say, another 10 laps to be seen within the top 5, but I may be wrong. It depends how far the front runners go. 11 laps on those ultra softs. Heavy fuel loads, the tyre deg will be coming into play on those tyres. So we saw Aaron J. Spencer into the pits there. He's coming from fresh lumber. So 11 laps on those ultra softs on heavy fuel loads. Not much separating the super softs, I bet. So could I be wrong with the 16 lap one? So could we see the super softs come in maybe around lap 14? We have seen some heavy racing. Right on board with MJ Cube, just seeing what he's doing on those super soft tyres. Let's see how he's faring up for grip. He's looking nice and tidy though, no lock-ups. No massive amounts of oversteer or understeer. He's looking really tidy there, so maybe he couldn't push those to maybe 16, 17 laps. Victor's sitting 3.6 back on those ultra softs. Then coming back, we've got Nizmax sitting 2 seconds back. Steen is 7 back from them. MJ Coop, 3-second time penalty for multiple warnings. See what Tony Wise do. Tony Wise all over the back of Steen. DRS open. So he will get the next DRS on as well. Oh, it looks like Tony got a bit tighter line there. Could he put a move on to Steen coming into the first corner? He goes left. I think he's got this, yeah. He'll just nudge his space away. Oh, we got contact there from Steen. Bad form from Steen there. We do not want to see Steen getting penalties or out of this race. He needs to score some points. So let's hope Steen didn't get any damage from that, because we do want to see Steen putting pressure on the races and scoring some points today. Good stuff, drop down to P17. So coming into the first stages of the pit stops, we've got MJ Coupe, who's sitting nearly 5 seconds in front of Victor, who is also sitting 1.3 in front of Tony. He's sitting 7.8 in front of Steen, who's sitting 1.4 in front of Humberstone. Followed by Sir Spud, Colin, Jamie 6, GP1 Alex, and Never Miss. 5 second stop and go penalty for Victor, speeding in the pit lane. So if he serves another, if he comes in for another change of tyres, he will be stationary for 5 seconds before his pit crew will be able to work on the car. If he doesn't serve it, then he will be, I think is it 5 or 10 seconds added to the end, 5 seconds added to the end of his race time. We've got Victor and Nismat about to exit the pit, so let's see where they come out. Never Miss, 5 second stop and go penalty, also speeding in the pit lane. So we've got Humberstone all over the back of Steen. Steen's got past Humberstone by the looks of it. So we're a couple of laps away from half race distance. Virtual safety car, we have a virtual safety car, so they will have to keep a neutral delta to the car in front. So I'm not sure what's happening there, but they will change your position. You don't want to do that, guys, not on the virtual safety car. That's, virtual safety car has ended, my apologies. So Humberstone has got in front of, by the looks of it, a sleeping Steen on the restart, and also a sleeping commentator who missed it. My apologies. So Humberstone's done 8 laps on his ultra soft, Steen's done 14 on his, and he comes in for fresh rubber. So let's try and find some action on track. The closest we will have is Sir Spud, who's got past Steen in the pit lane. My apologies. Sir Spud now sitting 0.4 back from Victor. So Victor has done it's his first lap on those super softs, so Sir Spud's done 15 laps, so he's not going to put too much pressure surely. He's going to put in some fresh rubber soon. I said lap 16, so are we going to see MJ Coupe, Sir Spud and Colin all come in for fresh rubber? It looks like they are the last stoppers. So we've got MJ Coupe, Sir Spud and Colin J, who haven't stopped yet, who should be coming in for some fresh rubber. I said lap 16. Maybe they can push to lap 17. So unfortunately we have lost. Oh no, my apologies. He's missed just in the pit there. Just checking with White Fountain, who's less than a second behind GP1 Alex. Will he get the? We'll get the RS here. Let's see what he does on the last DRS run, coming up to the start finish line. He's all over the back of his gearbox. Thinks about a late move, but thinks better of it. So we've also, let's just keep a track of this, because we've got some action in front as well, I believe, with Jamie 6 and Colin J. But it looks like White Fountain is getting some serious pressure on GP1 Alex. He's all over that gearbox. He's all over that gearbox. We're going to see a move here, surely. White Fountain has got pressure tyres. Good stuff set, fastest lap of 1 minute 11.3. Good stuff, still in P16. Don't want to see that rear cam, we want to see racing. So let's just check in with Jamie, because that move's not happening. So, oh, we have got some movement there. We've got Sir Spud dropping down the order. Oh, we've got loads of battles here that I'm trying to keep a track of all of them. We've got Jamie all over the back of him. Is he going to get through? Oh, it's close there, as we saw Jamie cut across the wing of Colin J. Spence. And we've got more movement in the background with White Fountain. Let's just see what's going on there. GP1 Alex has been passed by White Fountain. So some brilliant racing from the guys here. We've got multiple battles going on track, and I'm going to try and get as much of the action as possible, guys. So everyone seems to be more than a second apart from Good Stuff, who is, let's look at it away. Good Stuff is chasing Tynus. Oh no, Good Stuff getting wide there. Oh, we saw some serious tail end action from Good Stuff there. He's putting the serious pressure down on these guys now. He's going to want to claw back and try and score some points. Let's check in with White Fountain because he was pressing up on Colin J. He's half a second now. Sir Spud, 3-second time penalty, multiple warnings. Unfortunate for Sir Spud there. He has done 17 laps as of Colin J on those super softs. So MJ Coupe sitting 10.4 seconds ahead of Tony Y. That is some brilliant racing on those super soft tyres. Fantastic from Coupe there. So White Fountain all over the back of Colin J, putting some serious pressure on him. We've seen serious battles from these two today. Looks like White Fountain got some awesome traction there coming out of that corner. He goes to the right side. Can he keep that on the inside line all the way through to the next set of corners? This is going to be tight. Oh, unbelievable there. White Fountain did have the corner, but obviously 2 into 1 corner, someone's going to win. He's going to go for a late lunge there. No, decides better of it. So White Fountain has got the fresher rubber, but he does get a bit slidey there, coming out of that turn. He's going to get DRS will open. Fantastic stuff here. He does get past him, but will he hold this coming through turns 13 and 14? Looks like White Fountain's done it there. It looked like we had GP Whites going for some fresh rubber. So lap 16, coming to the end of lap 16, we saw GP Whites coming in for fresh rubber. But MJ Coupe doing 19 laps on those super soft tyres. Wow. Right, let's see if we can find some action on track. Like the closest we've got is this group here with Colin J. Humberstone and Aaron J. Spence. 3-second time penalty for Steen, multiple warnings. So MJ Coupe and Colin J both done 19 laps, or as is Sir Spud on those super soft tyres. That's really impressive, especially with the heavy fuel loads at the early stages of this race. Fantastic stuff. Humberstone getting all over the mirrors of Colin J there. They're side by side coming down into the second to last DRS zone. So Humberstone got the DRS there. Brilliant move from Humberstone to get the DRS zone and make the move before getting DRS. Absolutely perfect for a racer. He will still get the second DRS zone, so that was a brilliant move. Probably, I wouldn't say move of the race, but Humberstone put a decent move on the back of Colin J. He got the DRS activation, made the move after that, so benefited from 2 DRS zones. So that was fantastic for Humberstone. White Fountain is still putting pressure on Sir Spud. Amazing stuff from these guys today. White Fountain is on the fresher rubber. So Fountain does get the DRS. He's going to push it into the right hand side, and he's going to push him wide on this next set of corners. Yeah, he gets it. So can he keep the traction down? And we've got Humberstone coming into the back of the mix as well. Oh, Humberstone locks up. Does he keep it clean though? It does. Humberstone has now got in front of Sir Spud. Sir Spud's done 20 laps on those super soft tyres. Sure, you want to come for some fresh rubber now. 20 laps on those tyres. So White Fountain's going to get attacked from Humberstone. He's got DRS. Humberstone getting a penalty there. So we have got some close racing with White Fountain, Humberstone and Sir Spud, but all on different strategies. Tony Y now taking up the P5 position as he come out to pits. So White Fountain, Humberstone and Surspud still battling for this position. However, Humberstone is on fresh rubber. Good stuff. 3-second time penalty, corner cutting. Fastest lap from GP1 Alex at a 1 minute 11.350. So MJ Coop is in P2, sitting on those fresh trainers. So running through the order for any of you who have just joined. Oh, brilliant move there from Humberstone and White Fountain. And we saw it from the front angle of White Fountain's wing. What a move Humberstone put him on there. So it looks like we're going to see these two hustle and bustle for position, but Humberstone is on fresh rubber. So running through the order, we've got Victor in the P1 spot, MJ Coop in P2, Nismax in P3, Jamie 6 in P4, Tony Y in P5, Humberstone in P6, White Fountain in P7, and Sir Spud in P8, Aaron J in P9, Steam 13 in 10, G-Ponex 11, Good Stuff in 12, Colin J in 13, Nick in 14, and Tynus in 15. We have lost Jamie T, Never Miss, and Rudy. GP1 Alex 3-second time penalty, multiple warnings. So let's find some action. Nismax is all in the mix at the front here. So let's see if we can ride on board, or not on board, but with MJ Coop to see if we can get this front pack. So all on relatively fresh rubber, apart from Victor, who's done 8 laps on the Super Softs. Fuel is getting lighter. Degradation is not as bad as the first stages of this race. But what you don't want is to be riding the way. Tynus 3-second time penalty. So again, penalties are going to play a big mix in this race. Oh, looks like we've got MJ Coop taking a good move down on Victor on the second to last DRS zone. So MJ Coop will have DRS as well. Doesn't look like Victor had it. So MJ Coop taking the lead on a fresh set of fresh-ish set of Ultra Softs. We've got 11 laps to go, so more than enough rubber on those tyres to go to the end. So could we see a win from MJ Coop if he can keep it clean to the race now, to the checkered flag? So Good Stuff's up into P12. I wonder what's happened to Good Stuff. He's on 11 laps on those super soft tyres. So we are going to see White Fountain pit soon, surely. So it looks like MJ Coop is bringing out a bit of a lead there over Victor. So Victor and Nismax going wheel to wheel. Brilliant stuff there for the guys. So Good Stuff, 3-second time penalty. So it doesn't look like Good Stuff is having a good race today. He did start in P1. My apologies. So turns 13 and 14. And Nismax picking up a penalty. So the problematic corner of 13 and 14 bringing out the penalties for the guys. So Tony Y on some freshish Ultra Softs. Looks like he's going to start putting some pressure on Jamie 6, who's done 14 laps on those Ultra Softs. He's going to have to pit soon, surely. He's got 10 laps to do on those Ultra Softs. I wonder if that is achievable. I'm not sure if it is, especially with the type of racing we've got going on. Bit of a lock up there from Victor. So let's see about Tony Y, because he looks like he's pushing on the back of Jamie 6-3. DRS opens, goes to the right. Good move so far from Tony Y, but will he keep it going into the second DRS zone? Yeah, and we've got Jamie coming into the pits for some fresh rubber. So we've got MJ Coop in first place, we've got Nismax in second, Victor in 3 and Tony Y in 4, he's actually sitting 6.5 seconds back. Humberstone is nipping at the heels of Tony Y. Humberstone is on some relatively newish Ultra Softs, stopped 2 laps later than Tony. So it'll be interesting to see what happens in the last 9 laps of this race and how these tyres are going to play, because we're going to have MJ Coupe that will have done 14 laps on those ultra softs, but Nismax and Victor will have done almost 20 on the super soft. So those top 3, we're going to see some serious action from them. But can Tony Y reel in a 6.1 disadvantage over Victor? We've got Humberstone sitting 1.2 back from Tony. He was on 6 laps on the ultra softs. So it'll be interesting to see what happens in the final stages of this race. Aaron J. Spence, time penalty for multiple warnings. So again, the penalties are coming thick and fast. Let's see if we can just find some more action. Tony White, it does look like he's creeping up on the back of Victor. So we've got the 2 Ferraris riding together, but they are not in the same position on track. That must have been the ghost car of Nick that we lost through connection issues. So Tony White nearly 5 seconds back from Victor. He's on the fresher tyres of this front pack. He's only done 5 laps on those ultra soft. So could we see Tony White first full 3-second time penalty? The penalties are starting to come thick and fast. I'm pretty sure it's going to be the main culprit of that is going to be turns 13 and 14 that we're just coming through now. So hearing from some of the guys, the trick for that one is try not to treat it as 2 corners. Reduce the speed and go straight as possible through those corners. You also save on your tyre degradation. It is a tricky corner to do though. So let's go back to Steen, who is putting some serious pressure on Jamie 6 now. Well, are we going to see Steen take his first points of the season? Let's hope Steen can keep in the point scoring position. So it looks like we have lost good stuff. We are losing some races now, that's unfortunate. But Steen is seriously putting some pressure now on Jamie. He's dropped back though actually. He's dropped back to 1.6. So who else have we got going on? Let's check in with Humberstone, who is sitting 1.2 back. Victor, 3-second time penalty, multiple warnings. That is going to throw the results into contention here, because I think MJ Coupe may have 2 penalties, Nismax had 1. The penalties always play a role in deciding how the results are as they cross the line. So coming up to the last 5 laps of this race, we have seen some fantastic racing from the guys here. We had pockets of two battles, we had pockets of 3s, and we've had at the start of the race we had pockets of 4s. We've not seen many incidents in relation to mistakes from drivers, which is good, but we have had lockups, we've had corner cutting and penalties, we've had wheel-to-wheel racing. It has been exciting. Right, seeing as we're fairly equal with the gap, let's just run from the front. Let's run on board with MJ Coupe here. I believe he deserves a lap. He's done a fantastic race. We are on the last 5 laps. He's on the fresher tyres between Nismax and Victor. They're going to struggle on these last 5 laps, I'm sure of it. But Tony Y, he's nipping at the heels of Victor on the fresher ultra soft tyres. However, the ultra soft deg will be... I reckon they're actually quite equal. So the super soft comes 15 on the lighter fuel loads, and Tony Y's just had a 3-second time penalty and multiple warnings. But I was just saying, the super soft comes 15 and the ultra soft is in 8. It's going to be hard to gauge whether Tony Y can actually put any pressure on Tony Y. MJ keeps keeping it beautiful there as we come down to the second DRS zone, but he won't get because he's leading. So let's just see what MJ Coupe does in turns 13 and 14 and what lines he takes. Nice smooth line there from MJ Coupe. So coming back to the broadcasting and coming backwards, we've got Nismac sitting 2.6 back from MJ Coupe. Victor is now 6 seconds back from Nismac. Tony Y floating between under a second and over a second from Victor. Humberstone is sitting a second back from Tony. White Fountain 8 seconds back from Humberstone. Jamie is sitting 5 back from him. Aaron J. Spence looks like he has caught up with Jamie. So is this going to be one of the final closing stage battles of the race? We'll have to see what the penalties do to the racers when they cross the line, but it will be interesting to see how everyone fares out in the results table. I do normally try and keep track of the penalties, guys, but Canada is a busy circuit for trying to keep track of the battles, so I've not been writing things down today. I hope I have caught enough battles for you guys, but it's tricky. When people get separated, it's tricky to keep track of what battles are going on track. So Aaron is sitting 1.2 back from Jamie. Humberstone is nipping. So we've got Tony Y, who is now making a move on the left of Tony Y. Oh, he thinks better of it, so Tony Y comes back into the P3 spot. So it looks like Victor is going to put some serious pressure on the front runners now. Oh, brilliant stuff there. Oh, bit of a lock up from Humberstone there, but just managed to keep the P4 spot. "17 laps on those super softs for Nismac. So we've got Victor, Humberstone and Tony Y all battling for the last places of this race. Coming up to the last 3 laps. Oh, getting a bit of exchanging some rubber on the wall and a little bit of his end plate. Luckily no damage by the looks of it. So we've got Tony Y with Humberstone nipping at his heels, who has also got Victor nipping at his. Tynus 3-second time penalty, multiple warnings. Tynus down in P11, I think that's the 3rd warning he's got now. So we've got Humberstone having a look at the back of Tony Y as we come into the first corner. Humberstone is getting all up in his wing. All over the gearbox of Tony Y there. Aaron Spence 3-second time penalty for multiple warnings. He's sitting down in P8. Done 20 laps on those super softs. White Fountain's done 25 on those super softs. Bravo from him. Brilliant racing there. So surely we're going to see Humberstone put a move on Tony Y shortly. It is impressive moving here from Humberstone. He's done 2 laps more than Tony Y on those ultra soft tyres. So Humberstone will get DRS coming into this third DRS stage. First club 3-second time penalty for multiple warnings. This has been an absolute fantastic race, guys. I hope you've enjoyed it as much as I have. So we're on lap 34 of 35. Are we going to see MJ Coupe take his first win of this season? So we've got Jamie also on the back of White Fountain, and we're going to see some movement here. Tony Y, 3-second time penalty. So Humberstone, if Humberstone has seen that, his eyes will light up. Oh, Jamie going down the left-hand side of White Fountain there. Fantastic racing from him. But White Fountain's all over the back of his gearbox. Sir Spud done fastest with 1 minute 10.4. Fantastic from him. So as we come to the final stages of this race, we are riding with MJ Coupe for the final lap. Just checking with Humberstone while we're about to congratulate MJ Coupe on his maiden win for the season. Been some fantastic battles on track this race. I've really enjoyed it. I hope you guys have as well. However, let's ride on board with our Humberstone 3-second time penalty. So MJ Coupe looks like he should be able to take this win, providing his penalties, if he has some. I believe he has, but let's hope those penalties aren't more than 3 seconds, because Nismax is nipping at the heels of him. So coming down the second to last DRS zone, steaming towards turns 13 and 14. It's been a chaotic Canadian Grand Prix, but MJ Coupe is taking 13 and 14. He's going to line his car up to come across the line, and will he keep that P1 position? He comes across the line. No, Nismax takes it. So MJ Coupe's dropped down to second place because of penalties. Nismax taking the win. MJ Coupe followed by Tony Y, followed by Humberstone. Victor, 5-second time but observed stop and go. So Victor should be able to get that P5, I believe. A lot of racers do have penalties. Yet looks like Victor has kept that P6 spot. White Fountain following up in P7. 28 laps on those super softs. What a drive from White Fountain there. Aaron J. Spence taking the P8 spot. Steen 13 scoring points. Get in there, son. Well done to Steen 13, scoring his first points of the season. What a drive from him. Colin J in P10. Looks like we're going to have Sir Spud. When he crosses the line, will be in P11. Yes, Sir Spud's giving a bit of a wiggle. He's going to enjoy that. So well done from the racers there. What a fantastic Grand Prix we've had at the circuit Gilles Villeneuve. Fantastic stuff. It was a wet qualifying to start. It dried up. It flipped the qualifying on the head. We had a fantastic race with battles all the way through. But well done to Nismax. He is our 4th winner of the season. Fantastic stuff. Brilliant racing from the guys there. Can't believe what we saw. I hope you've enjoyed watching. Absolute fantastic stuff. However, do join us next week, same time. We'll be live from 8 o'clock, bringing the action as and when it happens. I hope you've enjoyed watching. I'm Energy Dan. I'm your commentator this season. If you've been watching, do retweet the links of the broadcasts and promote Invictus Racing League as much as you can. So just to recap, we've got Nismax in P1, MJ Coupe P2, Tony Wine P3, Humberstone in P4, Jamie 6 in P5, Victor in P6, White Fountain in P7, Aaron J. Spence in P8, Steen 13 taking his first points of the season in P9, Colin J in P10, Sir Spud in P11, and we've got Tynus in 12, Nick J in 13, and Good Stuff in 14, GP1X in 15, Jamie in 16, and Never Miss in 17. Absolute fantastic racing from the guys there. Brilliant stuff. Let's hope that all continues next week. So I'll see you next week, same time, 8 o'clock, for the next broadcast of Invictus Racing League Formula 2 Equal Performance. I'm your host, Energy Dan. Thanks for joining us. Take care and see you next week.